Yeah, if you got any travel going on tonight, definitely just pay attention. Nothing to cancel plans on with this system, but you could encounter some slick roads for snow, maybe for northern areas. As you go further south, could be a little bit of freeze and drizzle, but it'll be light precipitation anyway. But you look at tonight, the chances of seeing any type of slick spots will be later tonight. They could extend through tomorrow morning. Snow-covered roads less likely. We're going to see a lot of that just because the snow rates won't come down as high. Still some ice-out shot of that throughout tonight, but then it kind of lingers on through tomorrow. Why I have some of this color for tomorrow is because the winds are going to be picking up, and that's why we got some darker colors here all the way through noon. And beyond that is because we could see a little bit of blowing and drifting for areas that do have snow cover, and that could encounter some slick spots even through tomorrow and even snow covered areas and where those areas that do drift across the road. So something to keep in mind for tomorrow with the wind. If you got snow on the ground, you might see that overall, but areas that don't, it just be windy for Thursday. So if you track it out, once again, a lot of this precipitation still is struggling to reach the ground, and that's really going to be the challenge throughout this whole event is how much actually does. A little bit of pink starts showing up for South Decorah. More southern Wisconsin has a shot to see some of that really drizzle, freezing drizzle. Not a lot, maybe a trace to maybe a hundredth of an inch down in those areas. Otherwise, we're going to continue to see this scattered nature of snow showers continue. I think you'll see a little bit increase in intensity probably towards after midnight to about 3, especially for Eau Claire up to Minneapolis. As the backside of the system starts to come through, that's when I think we'll pick up more accumulation. We'll still see some activity all the way probably to about 3 to 4, and even beyond that, maybe some flurries could persist through the morning commute, but the winds will be the story throughout the later morning commute to for the noon hour. Precipitation pretty much for the most part should be finished by morning hour. Now snowfall amounts generally under an inch. If you're south of I-90, it gets really light further south you go. There still might be a pocket up in some of these areas towards Rusk County and further north that could get up 2 to 4, but I think a lot of areas will stay generally 1 to 2 further south you go. They do have winter weather advisories, but it's really far north of Rusk County up in that general section where they're more confident we're going to get 2 to 4 inches. The winter weather advisories to the south, that is for freezing drizzle. That's where they have more confidence they're going to get maybe a 1/10 of an inch potentially down there. So that's where the issues are. So in between, not much. It's a very weak kind of disorganized system. So the story coming on Thursday then is the winds behind it. That really is going to be something 15 to 20 in the morning, but by the time we get to about noon, we're looking at 20 to 25 out of the west. So if you got snow on the ground, it's definitely going to blow that around and drift it across areas that do have snow there. This will continue in the afternoon hour. We'll start lightening those winds up, probably not till later Thursday evening, maybe until midnight. So high temperatures tomorrow. Some of these actually might be in the morning and then fairly steady as colder air begins to work its way in. But overall, not too far from where we should be this time of year. Now, we do have an alert day for Saturday, and that's because of the heavy amounts of snow that could be coming through. We're looking at 3 to 7 inches plus. We could see more than that, too. Late Friday night through Saturday evening, it looks like it wraps up fairly quick. Now, right now, dry for most of Friday night. You got plans Friday night, should not be impacted. Saturday, it looks like through the evening, could be heavy at times. Wind speeds, that's the good news with the system. We don't expect a lot of wind, so blowing and drifting probably won't be an issue, but we'll nail down right exactly where that heaviest band of snow will as we get closer to the event. Otherwise, going into next week, the bigger story with the snow on the ground is the cold temperatures, and that's just around La Crosse type areas. Areas that could be 10 to 15 below likely are going to be seeing Tuesday, Wednesday also because it's going to be cold. So that'll be the bigger story, but a little bit of activity tonight, tomorrow wind, and then pay attention to Saturday, especially if you got travel.
Yeah, we sure will. All right, thank you, Greg.